Hello, everyone, and welcome in to the first ever episode of the Full Court Take podcast. I'm Tucker Presley. I'm joined by my brother and co-host, Dalton Presley. Dalton, you ready, bud?
Yep, I'm really excited. Hope y'all are excited to join us on this journey of college basketball.
Yeah. Excuse my voice. I unfortunately got a little cold and it's just wreaked havoc on my voice. Of course, first episode. So I don't even know if anybody's going to be tuning into this, but man, we really appreciate it if you are. We just want to talk college basketball. So that's what we're here to do. But excuse my voice here because it's going to be a little rough getting through this. I guess where we needed to start kind of was just why we wanted to do this podcast and who we are. If you don't want to listen to this, you can just kind of skip forward or whatever. But we just kind of want to introduce ourselves real quick. So Dalton, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit?
So I grew up playing basketball 15 years. I know everything there is to know about the sport in general. I've been a huge college basketball fan my whole life, and probably contrary to most of the members in my family, I am a bigger college basketball fan than I am college football, just because I love it. I love that so much. And me and Tucker have been to the March Madness tournament multiple times. I've been twice over to every single round, and Tucker is just right behind me.
Yeah. Dalton played basketball his life. I played basketball all my life. And I don't think either of us would say we were very good, but we tried.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We played all our lives, and probably started in middle school. Dad started taking us to the NCAA tournament, and we've been to every single round of the NCAA tournament. We were at the game in 2016 where Chris Jenkins hit the game winner for Villanova over North Carolina, and that was wild, man. That was awesome. Dalton, weren't you at the Duke North Carolina Final Four game? Coach K's last game.
Yeah, I was. I was at that game in 2022. Got to watch Kansas play North Carolina and do that crazy comeback in 2022. We also got to see, this is kind of random, but RJ Hunter hit that crazy game winner over Baylor.
Yes.
I don't remember what year that was, but we've seen some crazy awesome games, some crazy game winners. It's been such a great experience, and we're just really excited to start this podcast and just to give the truth about and the love that we have for college basketball.
Yeah. I mean, that to me, the first and second rounds are the best rounds. Nothing against the Final Four. Final Four is awesome. If you can go to a Final Four, man, get there. But like the first and second rounds, that's where you see the upsets, and that's where I think you get the most bang for your buck, because you get to see like 6 games if you buy those all session tickets. But yeah, we saw RJ Hunter hit that game winner against Baylor. I think that was like 2012 or 13. That's my guess.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but it was a great game.
Yeah,
and Baylor was really high ranked that year.
Right. I think it was a 3-14 matchup.
Yeah, I think so.
We were at the game where you were in Lexington with us, weren't you, Dalton?
Yeah.
Up Arena when we went that year. I think that was probably 11 or 10. I don't know. I'm losing track of all the times we've been, but
yeah, me too.
The year, I think it's Davidson about beat Marquette, but Marquette had a game-winning layup. I think it was Vander Blue.
Yep.
Hit the game winner. Anyways, we've seen some really awesome.
Seen North Carolina versus Kentucky. Luke May.
You were at that game. I didn't get to go to that one.
Oh, you didn't get to go to that one? Okay, I got to go to that one. Luke May hit a game winner against Kentucky. That should have been 2017, I think.
Yeah,
2017.
Right. So guys, we just love college basketball. We've been fans all our lives. Paid attention to college basketball. Been to every round of the NCAA tournament. Both Dalton and I actually work full-time as ministers. So that's our main focus is to glorify and honor God, but we also do love college basketball. And we just wanted to talk about it. And look, I would say this, and Dalton, you can echo some of this too. I started listening to college football podcasts several years ago, and I ran across a guy named Josh Pate. And if you have not listened to Josh Pate and you like college football, you are missing out. That is the best sports actually my favorite podcast, period. I mean, it's so thorough. It's so funny. It's just great. Josh is awesome. And I started listening to college basketball podcasts too. And I just didn't find a college basketball podcast that was on par with Josh Pate's football podcast in terms of how good it was. So we thought, hey, why not start one? Why not try to be, that? And it's independently owned. Josh owns the whole show and he does so good with it, man. So like, I kind of want us to grow it to that. I don't know if we ever will, but we'll see. So,
Yeah, I mean, I second that wholeheartedly. I mean, you introduced me to Josh Pate. We actually got to meet him a few years ago
yeah,
at
that's
the
right.
SEC championship game in Atlanta when Alabama beat Georgia, Roll Tide. But it has been so awesome to hear his channel, and like it kind of inspired me to start this thing as well with Tucker to try and grow this page. And I told Tucker, I was like, as much as I love ministry, and I do love ministry, but if this page blew up, I would love to run this full time. So hit that subscribe button if you want. That doesn't
Yes.
it helps us out.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
subscribe.
No doubt. The subscribing will definitely help. So, and we're excited to do this. Bear with us. We are new to this. So it may be a mess. And I mean, probably nobody's even going to watch this, Dalton. But anyways,
Yeah.
we're going to try. So I think where we wanted to start today is, man, last week, start of the season. I mean, it was a rock solid week, man. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on. So, I guess where we can start is, Dalton, what stood out to you most from that first week of games? Or like, is there a game that stood out to you?
As I said earlier, I said Roll Tide, so it probably pretty outed me out as an Alabama fan. But that St. John's versus Bama game, that was
Wild.
huge. Huge game. It, I heard one of the announcers say, you scored 96 points. You're going to beat pretty much everybody, but you're not going to beat a Bama who scores 103.
Right.
If I remember correctly, the last 2 seasons, Bama has had the most 100-point games out of every single person in the NCAA.
Yeah. Every
So
team. Yeah.
Bama, they run and gun, and that backcourt of LeBaron Philon Jr. and Aiden Holloway is lethal.
Yes.
All their explosiveness and their talent in that game. And going into Madison Square Garden, the biggest arena in the United States, and winning outright is impressive against a really solid number 5 St. John's.
Well, dude, is Madison Square Garden the biggest arena?
I would say it is.
Oh, I honestly didn't know that. If it is, it might be.
Oh no, I don't know about numbers. I'm just talking about like the stage of Madison Square Garden. My bad. I don't know.
I see.
No, my bad.
Dude, I was like, how do you know that?
No. If it is, I wouldn't be surprised. But I assume it's probably SoFi in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But
well, that's neither here nor there. But
yeah,
I agree with you. All right, guys, we'll just throw it out. We are Alabama fans. We're from Alabama, Mobile, Alabama. We're not bandwagon fans, I promise, because we endured a lot of years of bad Alabama basketball, or just halfway decent Alabama basketball. Nate Oates has turned this program around, and man, I'm so thankful for that. But I agree, man, that game was huge. I mean, that, Alabama going in to St. John's, into Madison Square Garden, getting that win, like a top 5 win, man. I mean, Nate Oates prides himself on like having a difficult schedule, and man, they competed yesterday or the other day, and beat St. John's. I mean, that I kept seeing people say that was like an Elite 8 type game. Like it felt like a March Madness game, and man, it was just, the intensity was, you could just feel it, man. And yeah, those guards for Alabama, LeBaron Philon, I'm not trying to exaggerate, but he really looks like he could be like a player of the year contender, certainly in the SEC.
100%.
But man, him and Aiden Holloway looked good, and that was his first game. Latrell Wrightsell, back from an Achilles injury, he looked awesome, man. He can stroke it. I have maybe this is a hot take, Dalton. You can, disagree with me or not, but I think Alabama could be better this year than they were last year.
Oh no, I would agree with that 100%. I think picking up transfer Taylor Ball Bowen from Florida State
That was huge.
was a massive pickup. I didn't know he was going to be as good as he was, as he is, but he showed some really incredible flashes against St. John's, and Aiden Sherrill
Yeah.
looked like he's took some jumps too, because he was kind of lackluster last season. And just to prove to you, I mean, I guess I can't show you for 100% that we're not bandwagon fans, but I remember the years when Avery Johnson had Collinston. They just barely made the tournament, and we were so happy. Like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
just barely got into the March Madness tournament, and we were so happy.
Man, I was so excited. Just barely
Yeah,
just scrapping their way in, you know.
exactly. And that's been us our whole lives, because we were too young when they were good in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Yeah. In those mid 2000s, not good.
Yeah.
But listen, man, I agree, man. This Alabama team, the offense looks insane again. I mean, you lose Mark Sears, Grant Nelson, and some others, and like you're still putting up 103 against a really good St. John's team. Like, I think St. John's, some people had them at number 1. In fact, I saw somebody the other day who had them at number 1 in their like own ranking. And Alabama went in there and won that game. That is just, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be many bigger wins than that, you know, in the non-con. That was just amazing. This offense is crazy. I will say the one thing that worries me about Alabama still is defense. It's been an issue for years now. I mean, since that Brandon Miller, Noah Clowney team, the defense has just really, really struggled. And I'm curious to see if they'll take some strides this year on the defensive end. But man, if they keep playing like that, Bama's a national title contender. I'm not saying they're going to win it. I'm saying they are a contender if they can continue this, you know, success that they just had like at St. John's.
Yeah, I 100% agree with all of that. And I think even as a Bama fan, you could tell me if you're wrong. I'm a very honest fan. If you would have asked, if you would have asked me before the game, I would have said they're probably going to lose.
I thought St. John's would win that game. I really did.
I did not think Bama had the talent or the scoring capabilities, and especially the defensive capabilities, to keep up with St. John's.
Yeah. Dude, Hopkins, that dude's a beast.
Yeah.
Ejiofor.
Zuby Ejiofor. Yeah.
Dude, that dude, I mean, he was just ripping them to shreds. And that's what worried me, because like a big man like that has given, you know, Bama some struggles in the past. And man, he was going off. They've got a talented team. I still think that they're going to be a good team this year.
Oh yeah.
So really great win for Alabama. Of course, we're happy about it. We'll see. They got Purdue on Thursday, man. So that's going to be a huge game.
Yeah, and I will be there at that game, so I can give you all a real live taste of what it's going to be like.
Oh man, I forgot you're going to that. I'm jealous. I won't be able to make it to that one.
Number 8 versus number 2.
What's that?
Number 8 versus number 2, because Bama's number 8.
2, yeah.
Purdue got dropped, right. So number 8 versus number 2. I was hoping it was number 1, because if you get a win over number 1, that's even bigger. But hopefully Bama can pull out a win and upset over Purdue. That'd be amazing in Coleman Coliseum.
That'd be cool. That'd be 2 really big wins. Let me say something else. Another game that stood out to me from last week, that Arizona-Florida game was also an awesome game. And, man, Arizona winning that game, I mean, that's huge. Against the reigning national champs, right? You spoil their season opener. That was awesome to see Arizona. I'll be honest, Dalton, and tell me what you think. I am not as high on Florida as other teams are, or other guys are. And I think Florida's going to be a good team. I don't know if they're Final Four good, because here's why. I don't know if you lose Walter Clayton, Will Richard, and Elijah Martin, and then just be okay and be good. Hey, listen, Xavier Lee and Boogie Flam, they look good. They look fine, but they're not those 3 guys from last year. Those are elite guys, especially Walter Clayton with a shot-making ability. Elijah Martin was a defender. Will Richard he could do, he was pretty balanced on both ends. And you don't just lose those 3 guys and just replace them and be perfectly okay. I know you got Condon and Chinyalu and a bunch of other guys, you know, who are talented, but still, man, that's a lot to lose and to try to, you know, get back to normal. That's really tough.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, actually. I was going to say the biggest thing with Florida is, I was going to say these words, Walter Clayton Jr. He was incredible last season. I mean, unbelievable. I knew he was good. I didn't think he was anywhere close to as good as
Yeah.
what he showed in the tournament. And without that kind of caliber player, I just don't think Florida has what it takes to make the Final Four, and especially not to do a repeat, because we know how hard that really is, especially in our day
Yeah.
and age. Xavier Lee, like you said, he is an incredible player. Boogie Fland, incredible player, but they don't have the same abilities that Walter Clayton Jr. has.
Yeah.
Neither one of them do. So I think Florida is good. I think they'll probably be a top 10, top 15 team all season. But
Agreed.
I do not think they have the abilities to make the Final Four, and especially I do not think they're going to repeat this season.
Yeah. I would be shocked if they make a Final Four run. Again, great team, but I don't see them, you know, just replacing those guys and being just as good, you know.
Yeah.
But still, they're a great team, and that was still so impressive from Arizona to take them down, because they were down early, and then they kind of took control there and in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, Koa Pete, that dude is an animal. I mean, and that's something that I could just say kind of stood out to me from the first week, is how good this freshman class is. This freshman class is insane, dude. And Koa Pete in that game, I mean, like, he went off, and those two dunks that he had back-to-back,
yeah.
alley-oop, one-handed dunk, and then you know, running the floor on the next play dunk. Man, I mean, he just, I don't know, he just stole the show. He was the best player on the court, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, I agree. I told Tucker before the game, Jaden Bradley's now in Arizona, who used to be at Bama, and I was like, I don't miss him. I was like, I don't miss that guy. I started missing him in that game.
Yeah.
He had 26 points. And if I remember correctly, you can I don't have the stats in front of me, so I'm not looking at it. I'm pretty sure he scored the last 11 out of 15 points for Arizona.
Was clutch.
He came up clutch for them. Yes, he might not fit Bama's scheme on the 3-point way that Nate Oates runs the offense, but Jaden Bradley, he can get his head down and he can finish at the rim. His finishing ability is so good. But that Koa Pete guy, the freshman, I think as of right now has looked like the best freshman out of all of them, even better than AJ Dibanza. And nothing against AJ Dibanza. He has more, I know you could say, okay, he has more players at BYU, but Koa Pete, one of the only freshmen ever in Arizona to score 30 points behind only a old time guy, Jared Bayless. For some of you who might know who that guy is.
Is that like for the first game?
Yes, for the first game. The first game, only Jared Bayless has scored 30. And then Koa Pete.
That was impressive, dude. I mean, he took that game over. And but yeah, Jaden Bradley was clutch too. They've got a good team. Arizona, they're going to be a tough out. And I think they could potentially even compete for the Big 12 championship. It's kind of wild that they're in the Big 12 now, but
yeah, when you said that, it honestly threw me off for a second, because I was like,
Big 12.
What are you talking about? But yeah, there's no Pac-12. Well, is there a Pac-12 in basketball, or is there not? I didn't think so.
No Pac-12.
So, Big 12 basketball, that's no joke. Big 12 basketball is legit. So I think Arizona has a really solid chance to win that this year, and I think they always kind of seem to come up short in the tournament. Maybe this year is the year that they will turn it around. Their team looks really good. They have a lot of good balance between younger guys and older guys. And if you've seen the teams in the past who've won it, that seems what has the combination.
Yeah.
They have the combination of veterans and young players who come together, and they make this good balance of success.
Yeah. They do have that for sure. I mean, Jaden Bradley's leadership, he's a great player. But Koa Pete, man, I can't get that first performance out of my mind. I do think he's been the most impressive. But like, I do want to talk a little bit more about these freshmen, because Koa Pete's just the start because you got AJ Dibansa. Is it Dibansa or Dibansa? Like,
I'm
I don't
not
even know.
100% sure. I've
Anyways,
heard Dibansa mostly, I feel like.
okay.
Um,
He's a freak.
yeah,
AJ
insane.
Dibansa, freak. And they, beat Villanova in that first game. He had a solid outing. He's going to be a great player this year. And he's likely the number one pick.
Yeah,
Like
he is.
he's a freak.
Came in preseason number one, first
Yeah,
round, first pick.
yeah.
And I would be really shocked if he wasn't that guy.
Right. Caleb Wilson at UNC, nasty. Darren Peterson at Kansas. And then you got the Boozers at Duke. Like this freshman class is insane, man.
Yeah, it's insane.
I think potentially it could be one of the best, if not the best, freshman classes ever in terms of college basketball production. I'm not projecting what's going to happen in the NBA. We don't know, but man, this is a really, really talented freshman group. So, anything else from week one, Dalton, stand out to you?
Not that I can think of. I know I can't remember the guy's name for Houston. There's a freshman on Houston that's really solid. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but I know there's a freshman on Tennessee as well. His name is Nate Ament. Who is going to be a stud for Tennessee. I was really sad when I saw him commit to the rival there.
Yeah.
But I know he's going to be really good for that team and really good for Rick Barnes.
Yeah, I think for Houston, you may be talking about Sanak.
Yes. Yeah. Sanak. That's right. Thank you.
I'm telling you, man, you can go down the line, just list so many freshmen.
Yeah.
This freshman class is insane. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, especially come tournament time, seeing how these guys can compete.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, week one, what a great week. And
yeah, incredible.
Going to be a really good season, I think.
Probably one of the best first weeks of college basketball that I remember.
It was good.
Usually you don't have those games that are that good and that
they were
solid.
Close.
Yeah.
The games were close and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The AP rankings dropped the other day, yesterday, I guess it was.
Yeah.
Really what I'm looking at is, Arizona rose 8 spots, which rightfully so. You beat the defending champs. Like you gonna go up. Bama jumping 7 spots. Excuse my voice. I'm telling you, it's a struggle. Bama jumping 7 spots to 8. They actually got a first place vote. Kind of funny on that.
Wow.
But Alabama, man, jumping a lot. I'm kind of shocked to see Florida drop that many spots. I mean, they dropped 7 spots, to 10, from 3 to 10. I mean, I get you lost your first game, but I mean, it wasn't like a blowout or anything like that. But anyway, St. John's also dropped 8 spots. That was the biggest drop there. And that's I don't know if that's necessarily as shocking as the Florida one, but anything stand out to you on that rankings?
Yeah, I mean, you pointed out some of the things that I was thinking about. I don't know if I really think that Florida and St. John should be dropped so far after losing a close games against ranked teams. And I also I've never really understood the AP poll sometimes. Like, why are you dropping UCLA 3 spots for not losing a game? They got dropped 3 spots for no losses. Yeah, you might say their wins aren't good, but whatever. And you dropped Kansas 6 spots to 25 after losing a really close game to North Carolina at North Carolina. I don't quite understand that. AP poll to me has always been a little skewed, but it's what we have. So
yeah, AP. I guess what they're doing, my guess is, based on the performances of teams behind those teams like UCLA, they thought, okay, let's bump these guys up ahead of them. I'm not exactly sure. It's gonna change, but AP can sometimes be inconsistent.
I agree with that.
I will say Auburn at 22, they dropped a couple spots. Man, they had a scare against Bethune-Cookman. That game was really, really close. Went to OT, and they've got some players now. Bethune-Cookman, they actually look solid. I'm curious if they'll make it into the tournament, but I don't know about at the top. Purdue dropped 1. The interesting thing is Houston and Purdue both kind of had some close games. I think Oakland was really close with Purdue, and I think it was Towson that was pretty close with Houston for a while. So I'm kind of surprised to see them change spots there. But in the end, it's going to work itself out. You know,
Yep.
there's so many games. The rankings are going to change so much.
Oh yeah.
So
touching on that Auburn game, I was talking to my dad, and we were watching that game, watching Bethune-Cookman play Auburn, and I said, "Do you even know where that school is?" And he goes, "I have never even heard of it."
no,
We
he's
have.
heard of Bethune-Cookman.
I have not, and he said he had not, which
Oh
just
wow,
made it to me kind of not nothing to knock Auburn. You lost everybody but one
yeah.
guy. Your only guy that has returned is to Todd Pettiford, and he has not looked good so far. I mean, just my personal opinion, he didn't look very good against Bethune-Cookman, and I think if you watch that, if you were to go back and watch that game, there was a layup that Bethune-Cookman missed to go up 4 with a minute left to go, and I think if they would have made that layup, we would be seeing
That's
a
tough.
unranked Auburn right
Yeah,
now. I
yeah.
don't think Auburn is going to compete very much this year. You lost all your players and you lost your head coach in Bruce Pearl, who is, as much as I don't like Auburn, he is one of the
He's a
legendary
great
coaches.
coach.
Great coach.
Hey, I will
Can't
say
deny that.
that transfer from UCF,
Oh, Kashawn.
Paul,
Yes.
he is a beast.
Oh,
And
100%.
I think Auburn's still going to be a pretty good team. I told, we've got family members who are Auburn fans. We live in Alabama, and it's, kind of Alabama Auburn thing, but I feel like there's always a team early in the season that gets upset. Like a few years ago, like Duke lost to Stephen F. Austin at home. And I think Evansville beat Kentucky a few years ago as well. Like there's big upsets, and like these teams sometimes turn out okay and they're fine. Upsets happen. That would have been kind of cool to see one, the other day.
Oh, yeah, I would have loved that.
But it didn't happen, and that's okay. We'll see some later. I'm looking right outside the rankings. It looks like NC State was left out. San Diego State, Indiana, Oregon, Vandy, Ohio State, Baylor. Those are kind of the next teams up. I'm curious to see. There's typically a team, that's not ranked that ends up making a run, and they will like make it maybe in the top 10, maybe even top 5. And I'm curious to see how that goes. I see Mississippi State got some votes. I doubt they will now because they got boat race last night by Iowa State.
Oh, yeah.
So
it was bad. It was bad.
Anyways,
kind of backtracking a little bit, I just saw this looking at the AP website. Koa Pete was actually the season's first. It says right here, number 5 Arizona freshman Koa Pete is season's first AP Player of the Week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And deservedly so. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how you couldn't go with him, man. Like,
yeah, sorry, I just wanted to back. I just saw that.
Oh, no.
So I was like, I feel like it's worthy of backtracking.
Yeah.
Talk about that for a second.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If I was voting right now, I don't know how I would put it, but I mean, I'm fine with Houston, Purdue, being 1 and 2. I think I probably would have kept Purdue at number 1. I just don't see why you drop them, especially since both Houston and Purdue kind of struggled, with inferior competition.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how UConn turns out. They're number 3. They kind of had a weird year last year. I think they ended up being an 8 or 9 seed in the tournament and lost to Florida. Put up a great fight, but after winning a championship, I'm curious to see what Coach Hurley has for them, this season.
My personal opinion, we didn't put a preview show out, we probably should have. We were just kind of lacking behind on starting this. Like we said, this is the first episode, but my rankings probably would have gone something like Duke, Houston, UConn, Michigan, Purdue. That probably would have been
number 1. Okay,
that probably would have been my 5. I think Duke is very legit this year. Yeah, you lost Cooper Flagg and come on Malawatch last year, but
Flagg wasn't good.
He wasn't that good. Yeah. He had 0 rebounds. 0 rebounds in that Houston game in the Final Four. 0.
No, he didn't.
0.
Flagg had 0 rebounds.
No. Malawatch.
Malawatch
had 0 rebounds.
That can't be right, dude.
I'm telling you, go look that up. 0 rebounds. It's embarrassing. A 7-footer with 0 rebounds.
Wow, we got to look that one up.
Yeah,
Look that up in a minute.
we can search that up, and I'm pretty sure, I'm almost
That
positive.
that is if that's true, that's wild. Okay, but those two guys are really good players.
Yeah,
We're obviously messing
yeah,
around saying that
but
they're
I just think Duke is a much better team overall than Houston and Purdue, and especially UConn. I,
wow.
I think UConn is good. Are they going to have the success that they've had in the past? My personal opinion, no. My sleeper pick right now is Michigan.
Really?
Michigan looks. I mean, I know they're number 6, but they look really good. And the transfer Yexel Lindenberg,
Yeah, Lindenborg. Yeah,
whatever how you pronounce his name, I'm
UAB.
not sure,
That dude's a beast.
but he is so good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
watch out for Michigan Wolverines. They are a good team, and I can't remember what's their head coach's name. Help me out, the guy from FAU.
Oh, Dusty May.
Yes, Dusty May is their
Or
head
Dusty
coach
May.
now, and he is a good coach. He
Oh,
took an
he's a great
FAU
coach.
team, took an FAU team all the way to the Final Four.
Yeah, dude's a stud. Dude's a
So
stud.
he's an incredible coach.
Yeah,
Michigan is going to be good this year.
no doubt. Um, well, that's a little bit about the rankings. Let's move ahead to some games tonight. Man, the slate is loaded, dude. This is a sweet slate tonight. What game kind of stands out most to you?
My favorite game is Kentucky at Louisville. It's
Yes.
this is only Kentucky's 3rd game of the season, and they go right up the road north of Lexington to play their rival Louisville Cardinals. You have number 9 at number 12. Both teams are really good, and anything can happen in this matchup. Anything, even when Louisville was bad a few years ago, when they were just bad, like they really were just bad. They played Kentucky well because it's a rival game. So this game is going to be insane, and you're really going to start to see if Kentucky is back. Are the Kentucky Wildcats back under
Yeah.
Mark Pope last season? I'm pretty sure it was his first season last year.
Yes.
He kind of had to pull together a team. Everybody left under John Calipari. I understand. But Mark Pope has his guys now. They got Mo Diabite in from Alabama. Hated to lose him, but we're going to see what Kentucky's really made of, and is that team is really back. I know the Kentucky fans are really hoping, because every single time you go to Kentucky versus anyone, that place is royal blue.
Yeah.
It is insane. It is crazy. And no matter where you're at, we've been in so many places, and if Kentucky's playing, you go ahead and count on it. Royal blue everywhere.
Yeah.
So
That they
that
travel.
game, I'm really excited about that. If you want, I'm gonna go ahead and pick my team. I think Kentucky does win that game.
Okay.
I think Kentucky is a little bit better than Louisville this year. I think Mark Pope and Otega Owe, who is a preseason Naismith Player of the Year,
that dude's gonna be good.
he is going to be really solid. I think that team is just going to be too much for Louisville, but give me Kentucky in a close one.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a really great game. It being at Louisville, I'm more interested in seeing how Kentucky responds to that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Kentucky's got some dudes, man. Like Owe, I mean, he's really good. They also have Denzel Aberdeen, transferred from Florida.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he came off the bench last year at Florida, but now he's there at Kentucky. Mohamed Diabate, as you said, they got a good team, man.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Pope's a good coach. I would not be shocked if Kentucky goes in there and wins that game. But I wouldn't be shocked if Louisville won either. I mean, they've got some talent too. So I think the game there's just so many games. I'm looking at them here. Like you got Wake Forest versus Michigan, Dayton versus Cincinnati, FSU at Florida, Kentucky at Louisville, Texas Tech at Illinois, Memphis at Ole Miss, Creighton at Gonzaga. Those are kind of the big ones tonight. I guess I'm kind of curious to see Texas Tech at Illinois.
Yeah.
Just because last year I was pretty high on Texas Tech last year.
Me too.
Not Obi Toppin. I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head. JT Toppin. I don't know why Obi Toppin. Got the last name right.
Yeah.
JT Toppin. Man, that dude was a beast. He's back this year. I know they lost some guys in the transfer portal. Man, I was high on them last year. And I mean, they were literally like a couple minutes away from beating Florida. They just choked down the stretch in that Elite Eight game. I mean, they literally had that in the bag, man. But I'm kind of curious to see how they turn out this year because I was really high on them last year. I think I picked them. Actually, I'm pretty sure I picked them in the Final Four last year, and it just kind of fizzled out in that game against Florida. But I want to see how they do this year and in the Big 12. Big 12's talented, man. They got a lot of good teams. We've already talked about Arizona. We mentioned, Darren Peterson at Kansas.
Yeah.
There's some good teams in the Big 12. I'm looking forward to seeing how Texas Tech, kind of responds this year. So that's a game I'm looking at. And then I'm also looking at FSU at Florida. Like, how does Florida, respond? This is their first game against a power level team since they lost to Arizona. So I'm kind of curious how they do against a Power 4 team and a rival in FSU. I would be shocked if Florida lost that game.
Me too.
Since especially it's at Florida, but I am curious to see how they respond to playing this top team. Not a top team, but a team in the Power 4.
Yeah.
For the first time since they lost.
Yeah.
So.
And talking about Texas Tech for a second, they lost quite a bit of guys. They lost Darren Williams.
Dude, that guy, that was a huge loss. I can't believe that dude transferred.
He transferred to NC State for some reason. I don't really know
why. Maybe Will Wade.
Maybe that's what it was. They lost Elijah Hawkins, who graduated, and Devin Cambridge also left the program. So there's 3 guys who all left, and who they got to fill now. And I'm pretty sure, tell me if I'm wrong here, didn't JT Toppin enter his name in the draft and then pulled it out?
I can't even remember. Okay. I don't know. That sounds right, but I really don't know.
It says right here he left the team in 2025. I'm fixing to sneeze. Sorry. It's like.
All right, hey, it happens.
There it is. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Oh, sorry about that. But they had a lot of guys to fill, but I think Grant McCasland, that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, great.
He is also an incredible coach. There are some guys that once you start watching college basketball, you start to figure out really quickly that these guys are different. Like they're just a higher caliber coach. And some guys might even say, like I've heard people say, oh, well, this guy's really good, a really good coach. And I don't think so. Like, a lot of people were saying that Juwan Howard was a really great coach when he was at Michigan. I never thought he was. I never thought he was a good coach.
Right.
And if history shows to be true, that usually players at that team or NBA players come to college don't make good coaches. Usually, if you start to look at every coach out there, how successful they were in the NBA or how successful they were in college, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Yeah.
Sometimes they can make the transition. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. Didn't work out with Juwan Howard, but
so many others too, though. To me,
but hey, dude, they've got this guy. Texas Tech's got this guy. I was looking at their roster. Donovan Atwell. He transferred in from UNC Greensboro.
Oh yeah,
and that's a good player.
Yeah,
I think he could be really good. I'm curious to see how they turn out. I don't know. They lost Williams, and that's going to be a huge loss because I feel like that dude's he was kind of underrated. I feel like he may have been their best player overall last year.
Oh yeah,
important piece. So losing him hurts, but I'm still curious with JT Toppin. He's a star. I'm curious to see how they can do. So
yeah, this is kind of random, but you just made me think of it. Donovan Dent. Remember Donovan Dent? He transferred to UCLA. Yeah. You said Donovan, and I thought you were going to say he's at Texas Tech.
That dude,
oh, really? But Donovan Dent at UCLA, he's a really, really good player. Kind of off topic again, I guess a little bit, but if you know Ken Palm, he's like one of the guys who puts out a lot of stats about basketball. He actually has Kentucky at number 1.
Kentucky's at 1, and I looked at that. I looked at it like 2 days ago, and
my bad. I had 26. I had 26 clicked for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know about that.
I don't know why. It has Duke number 1.
Yeah. Oh
Duke.
wow, that's kind of
I'll
surprising.
I'll read. This might. I don't know. This is. I think it is 26.
Hold on a second.
You need to go. We need to go look at that. Sorry.
I'm at Kentucky. Kentucky is one.
Okay.
That's Kentucky, Houston, Illinois, Duke, Connecticut, Florida, Purdue, Gonzaga, Iowa State, Michigan.
Okay.
These are better than like, you know, rankings,
Yeah.
'cause he used a lot of data and
Yeah.
a lot of people rely on Ken Pomeroy. So
Yeah. My biggest shock there is to see Iowa State all the way up at 9. I don't know much about their program or their team, but I can't believe I'm just shocked to see them that high.
they're generally pretty solid.
Yeah,
And um
that's true.
that I don't know.
They did
TJ,
flex Mississippi State last night, so
well, they did. They did. Otzelberger, their coach, great
yeah,
name.
he's a good coach too.
He's a good coach.
Very defensive minded.
Um, I need to look at their roster because I didn't expect to talk about them, but
Yeah.
like they've got some. Last year they had some studs on that team.
Oh yeah.
Like Lipsy, or is that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was his name, but they had
Let's
some
see.
really good players that
Damon
last year.
Lipsey is still on the team.
He is okay. I mean,
Yeah, they have a guy named Milan. I don't know.
Tammin Lipsy, that's it.
I'm gonna
He's
butcher this
good.
last name. Mamilovic, something like that.
Oh yeah,
Milan Mamilovic.
Milovic. Yeah,
He is
he's good.
very solid.
Dude, they're a good team. They're good. I'm not surprised to see them in the top 10. I mean, they could even climb higher, I think, in Ken Palm.
Yeah.
So, man, tonight's gonna be a really great night. Basketball. Looking forward to some of these games. We'll be back, later this week. I thought it was, solid first episode. Bear with us, guys.
Yeah.
We're learning on the fly. But I hope you like this podcast. Hey, send us your suggestions, comment on this, like, subscribe. We really appreciate you tuning in, guys, and really, really appreciate it. And God bless everybody.
Yeah, we are so excited to start this, just to kind of emphasize that point again, like how ready we are to like get this going and talk about college basketball. It's such a big passion of mine, and I know it is of Tucker's. I'm gonna take a page out of Josh Pate's book and just say, if you will, just give us a subscribe if you see this channel, and we can keep college basketball going year round, just like God intended. So
Hey,
please subscribe, please
all
like,
right.
comment, and we'll answer your questions. We'd love to answer your questions
Absolutely.
that you have, and we'll answer pretty much everything we can, because right now we're nobody's. So
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we can
Nobody.
answer any question you have. If you made it to the end of this video and you watched the whole thing, thank you. God bless every one of you. We're so excited again to start this, and thank you all for bearing with us.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in. See you later this week.
All right, roll tide.
Hey, Dalton, I've got